Hello folks, this is Ron from Ron's Beers and Tools. We have a beer to review today. We'll be showcasing Budweiser from Anheuser-Busch InBev. This Budweiser, it's Freedom Reserve Red Lager. It's really a kind of a unique beer in a big way, is that the beer folks that produced this, and the beer meisters that made it, are veterans of our military. And they have enough veterans working there that they could put together, and they put together this fine brew. It's a lager. I do enjoy my lagers, and but a red lager, I don't know. A red lager, not familiar with that. It's all about. Well, let's talk a little bit about the Anheuser-Busch. Basically, the company was started initially in 1852. You know, Mr. Anheuser and Mr. Busch in St. Louis, Missouri. Still in Missouri, as a different name now, Anheuser-Busch InBev, which is a big company that in 2008 they merged the Anheuser-Busch and InBev, which was in, I think it's in Leuven, Belgium. And that big merge is really Belgium, the American, and Brazilian companies are somewhat involved with that, or money are involved with that big merge. But all right, let's go on with the beer, though. Basically, this Budweiser Reserve Red Lager is a 5.4% ABV alcohol by volume. In every case that is bought with this here, the donation goes to Folds of Honor. Every case, they donate $1 to Folds of Honor. There's $14 million just in the scholarship part for the families of the American veterans since 2011. They're basically for the fallen and disabled service members on this here. This whole thing on this scholarship in the Folds of Honor are basically really a nice foundation. They do a lot for the ex-military veterans, their families, more so for scholarship for the kids of the veterans that have fallen, that have been killed in action, disabled. I mean, it isn't just bombs that work in killing people in these wars, these ridiculous wars. It's just what happens is people get maimed and lose limbs and can't work 100%, and sometimes they need assistance. And this foundation helps on that. It's a good cause, and if you have opportunity to buy this beer, or just basically join, you can join. I think it's $14 a month, assisting in this Folds of Honor. It'd be really greatly appreciated for the country and the people in the country here, and the families that have suffered from their fallen father, cousin, brother, son, whatever. It would help. Let's talk about the beer here. You see the label. It's pretty unique. It's all dealing with the military veterans and the military. You got the Army, the Air Force, the Marines, the Navy, the Coast Guard. You got all the branches there. And let's look at the bottle a little further. Because there's a 5.4% ABV. This is a 12-ounce bottle. They call these a stubby bottle. I know Coors has a stubby bottle too, and these used to be all, I think, pretty well with almost a lot of companies, breweries had stubby bottles back in the older days. But this recipe on this is actually from at least some of it from George Washington's personal recipe. There's a 6-pack that it came in. It's a limited edition, as you can see. So I have to lights washing this out. We need a lot of light here today in New England. I don't know if, like I said, if the light's washing this out or not. I'll try to read some of it. Proud to serve those who serve. Budweiser Freedom Reserve Red Lager is brewed with toasted barley grains for a slightly sweet aroma with a touch of hops, a rich caramel malt taste, and a smooth finish with a hint of molasses. This is inspired by George Washington's hand-penned recipe from his military journal dating back to 1757. So that's pretty good. Basically, his recipe, what they used to brew this. This specialty red lager is brewed by a select group of Budweiser brewers, proud veterans. For every case purchased, Budweiser will donate $1 to Folds of Honor. So that is really neat. There's good history on this beer already. The donations are nice to have, and the $14 million in scholarships which will help these youngins going to school and college and so forth that the families can't probably afford anymore. What's happening with the fathers, or even the mothers nowadays? Women are in the military, and unfortunately, sadly, getting killed, and that's not a good thing. If we can help, that'd be nice. That'd be real nice. So this beer here, basically, is George Washington's recipe. And George Washington, back then, had to use his root cellar or a cave. Because when you're brewing with lagers, which this here is, a lager, when you're brewing a lager, you have to have cold fermentation. So you have to have either a root cellar that's kind of holding cold, close to refrigerator temperatures, or basically a cave. Basements are well known for being cooler on all houses, but if you go even further down and make a root cellar, they're even cooler. And that's what people back in the old days used to keep their vegetables. And they call it a root cellar. And that's how they brewed lager beers back then. They did have a chance to get the cold. Even in Europe, there were big caves for their beers. Okay, this is a good cause. You have an opportunity to join the foundation or donate. That'd be real nice. And it's awfully nice of Anheuser-Busch, actually the Budweiser branch of Anheuser-Busch, for doing this. So no further ado, let's get a glass in honor of Budweiser. We got an old, this was I think from the 1940s to this advertisement that you see in front of you. This glass is a replica of the advertisements to the 40s and into the very, like 1950 or 51, but more so through the late 30s and 40s is what you see. That's a nice colored glass. We got this up at Merrimack, New Hampshire. We used to go up there every year in the summertime, and the kids were little. And they enjoyed New Hampshire. New Hampshire is very beautiful in the summertime, and we don't live that far away from Merrimack, New Hampshire. It's a nice ride, beautiful ride. And we toured the brewery. It was a fun brewery, and at the end they had drinks for the kids and for the adults, and they had snacks, popcorn, pretzels, Eagle brand stuff that was their brand at the time, and plus there was a good tour. And the horses there, the Clydesdale, the wagons, is really nice. All right, no further ado. Okay, no further ado. Get this open. This is the opener that we have. Bottle opener. 50 caliber. This was given to me on Veterans Day, 2016. By the military veteran, and all veterans received them. It's nice. It's a nice one. Okay, no further ado. Nice little bottle. Nice. These stubby bottles are nice to open. Easy to grasp and open. Oh, official product. It's looking good. To the color what they're saying, this red lager. As they say in Boston, lager. The rest of that is a good looking beer. What a marriage there. That a marriage. Get the drum up again, because that head appears to be somewhat off-white. It's not a white foamy head. It's nice looking, but it's an off-white. Get the rest in there. The heavy tension isn't staying long. But a good looking marriage there. Glass of beer and a bottle. It looks good. No further ado, let's get a nose on this. This beer is available. It's on a rotating, right now, it's on a rotating basis. I guess because of the way they have to shift the workers around and so forth. But it's nice having George Washington, our president, our first president of the United States, recipe. That's nice. As far as the pour, it's a hazy copper, as you can tell. Really a copper color. Still getting carbonation, but not a good head retention. That doesn't mean anything. Some stouts don't even get a head. But that's a nice color. Amber, dark amber, copper. Okay, let's get that smell again. A wheat smell, caramel. Getting the caramel smell. Wheat, toasted, toasted. Wheat that's toasted. Some of a sweetness. The hops in this, I'm not particular, they really didn't say, because they're banana. But anyways, let's taste it. Bottoms up. Refreshing for sure. Not bad. Not bad at all. Caramel. Very, very mild sweetness, really. I mean, the sweetness is there. But not definitely not overwhelming on anything. A little bit bitterness from the hops, which is fine for Budweiser to be put on a beer with hoppiness flavor to it. Slight banana, which is whatever hops they've used. Definitely a crisp lager. Not a big ABV, so the alcohol is no presence, isn't big at all. It's enjoyable. It's a drinkable beer. It has a distinct flavor to it that is definitely different than a regular Budweiser beer. It's drinkable. And it's enjoyable. I like it. I like it. Would I get it again? I would get it for the simple reason that the money goes to a good cause. And while it's rotating every so often, I'd probably pick it up. If I have a barbecue, family or friends over, and we're going to get some beer, I would definitely pick up a case. But really in my rotation of beers as a regular drinker, I don't know. Maybe it's hard to say because there's so many other beers I enjoy drinking. But I will definitely pick it up again. Beer Advocate gave 3.42 out of 5 on this. That means it's just okay. And yeah, I can understand what they're saying. There's so many different types of brews out there and ones you want to try. But being a lager, I like my lagers, and this is right up the alley on that. So I think most folks, excuse me, the camera's trying to take off, I think. But most folks don't really enjoy the lagers that, I don't know if it's the rice in this or that certain flavor that's in these beers, or the corn, which I like. I like it. A lot of people, majority of the guys probably right now are big on the craft beers, and may not care for this, but they may, because it's a swing from Budweiser. If you're a Budweiser drinker, which I know a lot of guys are, and some gals, try this. I think you'll really enjoy it. The flavor is really good. It's enjoyable. It's very drinkable. I mean, I'm sounding like I'm negative on things that I wouldn't get it again into my rotation of beers. Like I would get it, but it wouldn't be in my regular rotation. I like the idea that it's going to helping families, and I would get it again. Yeah, I would, but not on a regular basis because there's so many other ones that I drink. So with that said, I'm going to be finishing this here. And Lovewife's always picking up the treats for me. She's got some honey glazed cashew nuts. I do like cashews. And all these, no artificial, no gluten, it's gluten-free and non-GMO and all that health stuff and so forth. And that's a good thing. So we'll be having that and drinking this fine beer. You have a chance to get it, get it. The cause is going to a good cause when you're buying the beer. So I want to thank all our military veterans and their families for their sacrifice, what they've done. So folks, enjoy the day. If you're going to drink, drink responsibly, and don't drive. Ciao. Yeah, that is a good looking beer. What a marriage there. That a marriage. Got the drone up again, because that head appears to be somewhat off-white. It's not a white foamy head. It's nice looking, but it's an off-white. Get the rest in there. Heavy tension isn't staying long. What a good looking marriage there. Glass of beer and a bottle. It looks good. Okay, no further ado. This is the opener that we have. A 50 caliber. This was given to me on Veterans Day, 2016. The military veteran. And all veterans received them. It's nice. It's a nice one. Okay, no further ado. Nice little bottle. Nice. These stubby bottles are nice to open. Easy to grasp and open.